If I knew that, I think I would maybe become the Minister of Education or something. but you can have some glimpses of what that would look like. You can have, for instance, we were talking earlier about crossing boundaries, right? You could start thinking about, okay, what creates the crossing of a boundary and the ability to understand what it is. We were talking about becoming a specialized, focusing your identity on some important piece of competence for you. So, you could ask a student, so when in your life have you tried that? Have you tried to become a master? Have you tried to achieve something, become good at something to the point where you can interact with the masters of that practice meaningfully? See what I mean? Most of our students in their whole schooling never have an experience like this. They never have an experience where, actually my son was telling me, the problem with high school is that for 4 years you cannot be interested in anything. Because if you become interested in something, the curriculum is so full, you lose it. See? So we put our adolescents in the most formative years in an institution where you are not allowed to be interested in anything. See, from my theory, that's a disaster from this standpoint, Now, doesn't mean that we should focus students so much that they do only one thing. So having a broader sense of who you are, having an imagination about the world, visiting, this is also important. This is also an important part of your identity. So I hope that my cousin, even my cousin who needed to focus so much on being in this little spike of competence where there are only 10 people who understood what they were saying, he was also a cello player, So he had a richer life than just one thing. So I think we should also, a curriculum of identity would also say, okay, so how do you manage multiple places? And some places you need to become really, really good. Some places you don't need to be good. But you still need to have some kind of connection. You still need to have a visit, a bit of tourism, So to me, that's what a curriculum of identity would pay attention to. If you take a kid into physics, to me, from a curriculum of identity's perspective, have a sense of the DNA of physics would be much more important than being able to solve some equation